Check down.
Check moving.
Yeah, it's moving.
Let Venice throw it. Scraped up. Do you see it? It's scraped up. It is. No, he's standing there. There you go. See, let that guy move out the way over there in the gray shirt. No.
Organization helped you out. Helped us. Me and my three boys, they helped us out a lot. They do a lot of things together. Their big brothers are on a football team, so they get to go to the football games and they get to interact with other college students at Augsburg where they go. And it's a good influence on them.
So it helps you out too. You have a little bit of spare time.
Yeah, spare time to study or go to the library myself because I'm a student too.
And you also said you have a job.
I also have a job. Yeah.
So you're busy. What other kind of activities do the boys?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What other activities do the boys and the football team do together?
What they do now this year, they were lucky they got a big brother's house, so they're able to go there anytime they want. They can just go over there. Whereas before they lived in a dorm 1 year, and the boys were just all over the dorm. So the next year they had a house with other students, and it worked out a little better. But this year is a lot better because they have their own house, and it's just big brothers
So
that
the
live
boys
there.
Come and go.
Anytime they want to. Yeah.
Any questions there?
I think it's really great because I'm a single parent and we don't have a male influence on the boys, and they get a lot of interaction with the big brothers. And I think it's great because they're all football players, and you'd think that they would be macho or athlete jocks or something like that, but it's not. You know, they really care about the three boys, and they can come and go in the big brother's house anytime they want. Finnis, they made an exception for him because he's only 6, and the other two's been having him for 2 years, and this will be the 3rd year, so they decided to let Finnis have a big brother because he was always over there anyway, you know. So his football player is a linebacker, and Finnis is only 6, so you can imagine, you know, it's a little giant there. But I couldn't ask for 3 better people than their big brothers. You know, it's really been great for them.
Finnis, what do you think about your big brother?
I like him.
Why do you like him?
Because you do things together. Oh, Finnis, you're going to get shy on us. Tell them about the time when y'all go to the movies.
Sometimes we go to the movies.
And you go to the football games.
And he takes me sometimes to see where they play practice at hockey practice.
And you go eat pizza. You're not very talkative today. Boy, you have to say something.
He's talking to us already.
when did you start the organization for here?
Well, this program really started with a couple of the guys last year, and they decided to try to get more people involved, so they became a part of what we call campus ministry here. And they asked me to be the advisor, and I've been a part of this sort of thing in the past, so it's pretty easy to do that. And we've encouraged others to be a part of it, and the response has been really, really great. So I'd say, really since the beginning of the year, we've become a little more sophisticated in the...
Have the football players gone through in order to become Big Brothers?
Well, they go through a rather stringent interview process and application process. They need to show that they are truly committed to the young boy, or it's also women too, young women. So whether it's the man or the woman, they have to show that they're going to dedicate themselves to this project and commit themselves to a visit at least weekly. And we meet weekly, at least have a touchdown session, and there are some other activities that will go on as a result of it too.
Have there been any problems? I mean, football players come to you if there have any problems with the kids at all?
Well, yeah, there are always problems that will arise, but of course it's too new in the year to really face some of the ones that could occur.
How are the kids assigned to the different players?
That's done through the agencies, basically. Yeah.
So you're not really involved with that part?
No, we were involved in the recruiting and then, of course, the advising once they're selected.
Did you somehow go about helping them get a house instead of having the dorms like they did last year?
Well, yes and no. There's a process to go about there, and they needed to have this program in place before they got a special interest house.
Okay. Is there a need for the organization in the Twin Cities area like this?
Oh, definitely. With the number of single parents right now, there's more and more children who are needing either a positive male image or a positive female image. Yes, very definitely.
How do you hope to benefit from this?
How does Augsburg or how do I?
Smile. You yourself. Over the beat.
Well, how do I personally hope to benefit? Well, I think as a pastor, it's always great to see people involved in service. We call the house diakonia house, which is Greek for service. And once people commit themselves to something that is in the realm of people work, they generally are hooked. And that's of course what the gospel is all about. And that creates personal benefits for all of us.
Program expand and also have more women involved in it.
Well, yes, of course, it would be great to have as many as possible expand as long as the need is there. However, it does, we have to be realistic and know that there are time commitments with students, and they cannot always give that kind of time. I think we're doing quite well. We've, with the numbers that we've had commit themselves already. Yeah, I'd hate to put a number on it in terms of how many we want, as many as possible.
How has the organization itself helped, the Big Brothers organization, help you financially or, with support?
Okay, well, we're with, not just Big Brothers, but Kinship and some other organizations too. Some of they've been of great help. Of course, they know what they're doing, and they're looking for a certain type of person, and we have to rely on them to guide us through some of these selection processes and things like that.
Financially, they also do help you some?
That is, yes, to some extent, but not, it's just, helping with the various events and things like that.
This field is great, isn't it?
Yes. very breathtaking and everything else. But I didn't realize you guys had no field at all.
No field. Well, it's just a practice field, you see. And there are 2 houses right over there.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
So
This
it's
is
really,
great.
You bought him off, huh?
literally good. But it's really adding a lot to our campus. Well,
Definitely.
St. Thomas is.
It's working now? Oh, here I am.
Yeah, no more. Hey guys, be careful, hey.
I wouldn't want to be when you told people to start, man. It's a loud.
Bumming. Yeehaw!
Let's go!
What do you want us to do, Michael? Just do what you're doing. Chill out. Chill out, buddy. Chill out. Hey, chill out.
This guy's going crazy.
Hey, man, you heard it. So what? You body slam on these kids. Here we go. Hey, this is what we do to our brothers. This is what we do to our brothers.
I don't know what happened here. You look like you put your finger.
Crossface.
What?
Please do crossface.
No way. You couldn't do that. You couldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
I'll just take one. Yeah. One by one. Pull.
Wherever you want to mine, you take one of yours.
I think you'd win. Watch me over tomorrow.
Yeah, you probably would. Nah, knock it off.
Give me those.
What does it look like?
Oh.
Give me those. Give me wrong. Tape's almost done.
Enough of that.
Square.
Yeah.
Or what? You guys have to do a whole tape on us?
No, I said
No, it's not even working.
I'm gonna tickle you to death if you don't put glue in my hair. But I can do it.
Oh, I know how to work this one.
Here we go. Okay, I won't, okay? So,
That's after I got that one. You know that.
okay. Hey,
What's that? What's that you think?
the next thing.
It is now.
That's the only thing.
It is, yeah.
Hey, girl, how you doing,
Do
man?
that pre-roll.
Let's hang it.
High
Hey,
view,
let's
turn the
hang it.
camera.
Yeah, show them.
Where
Oh,
is it?
5 seconds.
What color? Is it a one
do that. You got it.
He's talking to a burning bush.
Hey, fellow Americans, I'm Ronald Reagan. You hear that?
You sound like Jimmy Connor.
Anybody wanna? I'm praying. Woo! Or what's his name? James Brown. Be Eddie Murphy. On Trading Places. The Karate Man don't bleed.
They don't show their weaknesses. You don't know that because you're being.
What's up, fellow Americans? You know this way?
I'll say live. We'll put it down first because then we just talk like we're normal.
Live from Saturday Night Live.
Telephone.
Not from New York, it's Saturday Night Live.
Smile, you're on Candy Camera.
I heard
We're rolling you.
He made you funny ears.
Yeah, rolling.
All right. Here we go. Here we go. Now you gotta be good, okay? So, Dax.
Okay, go ahead. Go sit down. Next.
Hey, Chuck. Bunny ears. Bunny ears.
Stand inside.
Live. I'm Mr. T. No,
They're recording.
they are?
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna waste all the tape, man.
Hold it, Dax. Hold it between your legs like that. Ready? Look up. Hey.
I'm ready.
Get your hands. Look in the camera. Okay, go.
Chuck, how did you get involved with the Big Brothers?
How would I get involved? Hi. I don't know what to say right now. I mean, I thought you were going to ask me. Why did I get involved in Big Brothers? Because I come from a large family, and I'm used to having a lot of kids around me. And I saw a lot of kids over the Cedar area. My friend Norm Okerstrom and I saw that there was a need for Big Brothers over there, so we got involved with the program with United Way, and we were lucky enough to have Dax and Brad and Finnis to join our family at Augsburg College.
So you get a lot of satisfaction out
Oh, a lot.
of it. How many hours?
How many hours?
A week you guys just
Well, they say you should spend at least 5 hours a week, you know, with your little brother. Just it depends. It's different every week. Like if you're really busy with schoolwork, and right now we've got football, so it takes a while. Our time is really spaced out, so we're not we're not spending a lot of time, you know, like if football wasn't going on. So as soon as that's over, we spend more time. Like last week, I brought Dax down to my hometown to see my little brother play football. So that was all right.
All
So
right.
Was it great or what?
It
Did you
was
stay overnight?
perfect.
He
No.
stayed overnight.
I did.
So
What do you think about Chuck?
Well,
he's boss.
well, let me see.
Slick.
Out.
He's not roguish. Go ahead.
I don't know what. Let's see. He's okay.
What do you like to do with Chuck?
Wrestle with him. Let's see. Go places. Ride in the school car.
My cool car, not school car. But my cool car.
And let's see. Takes me out places. That's all I can think of.
Is he like a father to you?
More or less.
Tell him I beat you up. Body slams.
Okay, see. Sometimes he thinks he can beat me up, but sometimes I have to show him who's boss. Because last time when we went to go see his let's see, brother play, we was at his house, you know, his mom's house. Then and then I had to go to Rath. So he made me go outside. And look at it, the house was about 25 feet away. He made me go home. Pushes.
You got a lot of things to say, man.
I know.
A lot of cool things.
Only say what's true.
What, true?
Not because it stopped. Oh, he is filming. Oh, man, I see that thing go. You're filming.
Where's the? You have the mic?
Talk.
Look at that. Right there. Okay. Go ahead.
Too serious.
Why don't you? No, it looks good. Norman, why don't you tell us why you got involved in Big Brothers? What interested you in it?
I think the biggest reason for me getting involved with the Big Brothers program was
Norm, what interested you in getting involved with the Big Brothers?
I think the greatest or the biggest reason I became involved with the Big Brothers program is because I grew up with 3 other boys, you know, in my family, older boys and an older sister. And you know, here at school, I saw a program open. I saw a program open that, you know, for Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And I thought, you know, how great could that be to give some other younger guy a chance to have an older brother or a big brother. So that was one of the main reasons I've gotten into this program. And then also because of my roommate, Chuch Rath, got involved in it just ended up where we were with two brothers, Brad and Dax, and you know, it shows you can really teach a person responsibility and you know, a lot of caring. You can learn about yourself. Plus, you can help another young, you know, boy such as Brad. You know, anything he wants to do, any problems he has, or any activities he wants to do, you can always join him with that.
How about what type of things do you do with the guys? What do you try to do? What kind of activities do you try to get them involved in?
A lot of our activities are based on, you know, what Chuck and I do. You know, ourselves, we're involved with our, you know, with sports a lot of outdoor activities. So what we want to do is, you know, I take Brad out, for instance, a lot to the football field after practice. He comes out to the field and watches our practice, and after the practice, we throw the ball around. We've been on walks, went down to the west side, west bank, climbed rocks over there. I took him out last summer to my house out in Plymouth, and took him out to the back of our house, and you know, where it's all woods and field. And I don't think Brad had ever really been out, you know, alone like that. And we found a lot of, you know, different things that we could talk about, you know, to do with nature, and it was real interesting. Took our dog out there, and we really enjoyed that.
What benefits do you get from being a big brother, Norm?
I think the greatest benefit is probably knowing that you are helping somebody. You know, you are helping somebody in need. You develop a relationship, an open and honest relationship, you know, and you do have the responsibility, you know, that you do learn. You know, Chuck and I could say it looks good on the resume. You know, later on, you know, that's not the main purpose, but it, you know, it shows that you are responsible and that, you know, you are a caring person, that you do volunteer activities. You know, the main thing is really responsibility and just to help out a young person in need.
And how many hours a week do you put in as a big brother?
Right now, it depends. Usually, the first year that we were doing it, we were under a contract from the Big Brothers program, where it was anywhere from like 4 to 6 hours a week, and we did that pretty much. We get together once a week, plus football games. Brad would be going there, and our friends, either my girlfriend or my sister or brothers, would take Brad and Dax and Finnis to the games there, and cut.
No, that's good. Okay, Dax. Brad, I mean.
You guys can dub these up, can't you?
Yeah, sure. Good. Brad?
Yeah.
Look at the wizard over here.
Look at the camera.
Do you like having a big brother?
Yeah.
How come?
You do lots of things with him.
Like what?
Go to rodeos, football games, basketball games, soccer games.
What's the best thing about having a big brother?
They sort of take care of you. Like when you come over here, it feels like your second home.
You like that?
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable at home with your mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. What type of things do you do when you're not with Chuck and Norm?
I have my own football games too.
Yeah? You play football?
Yeah.
Does Chuck and Norm come and watch them? Okay, we don't want to put that one on.
Oh yeah, he went to my banquet.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say that.
And he met my coach.
What else we do? What do we talk about? Huh?
About what? Oh yeah, I went over to Chuck's house in Plymouth. I mean Norm's house in Plymouth. And we went in back of his house. It looked just like wood. And we went and saw some pheasants. And then I wish I would have shot him. Started. We were playing guns, and then I had a gun and everything. We were throwing around hand grenades all around, and then he had a dog named Charlie. He was a Cocker Spaniel. We went over and we saw a hole, and Charlie was sniffing out, and we thought something was gonna come out, and then nothing finally came out. Then we had to cross the stream, but instead of jumping over stream, Charlie jumped into it instead of jumping over it.
Do you think Norm is one of your friends?
Yeah,
Who is your best friend, do you think?
Norm.
You have other friends at school.
Yeah.
Will you ask him that question so he can say who's your best friend?
Norm.
Who's your buddy, Norm? Why'd you say that?
As a big brother, to become a big brother is not like taking the place of the young men's or daughter's father. In our case, Brad's dad does not live with him, and we are not trying to take the place of their dad. We're just trying to be a friend to them, and if they do need some suggestions, we are there to talk to them about their problems or encourage them to be a better person. So I'd like to stress that it isn't that we are taking the place of their father. You have anything to add?
Yeah, that's just it. Being a friend.
You like having the guys around?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. No.
Totally cherished.
Have they taught you two anything?
Oh yeah, different lifestyles. I mean, we grew up in different areas, and I grew up in a small town. Norm grew up in a big suburb, and these kids are growing up in a city, inside the city, inner city kids, and it's it's a different lifestyle from what I've ever seen. Whereas my little brothers are growing up in different areas.
How long have you guys been big brothers?
It's our third year.
It's our third year, yeah.
You plan on continuing it?
Well, right now it depends on, we probably will always have a relationship, and we'll be keeping a track of, on track, in touch with them.
Just depends on when we get a job and where we're going to be stationed. I mean, he might go out of state, and I might go out of state,
I think
stay in Minneapolis. I mean, I'd like to stay Dax's big brother, but I mean, it just depends on our future.
I think we're always going to keep in contact because we have developed this relationship over the years, and I sure hope Brad will. Even if we don't see each other as much, I hope he will keep in contact with us. With me.
Like his big brother Dave.
Your big brother, Johnny. Who's your big brother?
Don't move around now. H-O-L-Y Terrors.
We're substituting for Al Blagan today. Break his hand. Hey.
You see? You just hold it down here, okay? You hold it right there.
Yeah, but these really groovy
Brad,
hands, you know.
Brad.
Hey, no.
Really groovy.
Stay right here, okay? Don't move.
You follow him back?
I got my arm back here in case it's too soft. Oh, wow.
Finish. Behave.
Yeah, okay, no, this is for real.
Okay, here we go, guys.
Okay.
Steve and John, what process are you in right now?
I'm just in the process of getting a younger brother or a little brother.
I think we both are waiting. We're in the process of getting one.
Okay, and do you know how long it'll be before you get a little brother?
It should be probably 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably. Right around there. But we have to go in and get interviewed by the district or who's that?
By the council. Wherever we get into that.
No, in turn they'll take our interview and and match us up with a kid that to suit us, suit interests.
And how did you get interested in it, John?
Well, I have to say the way I got interested is I've always enjoyed working with kids, and in the past I've worked mainly with kids as a group, and I coached basketball when I was a freshman at St. Olaf, and I found that working with kids as a group was a lot harder than just once in a while I could take a kid one-on-one and teach it with them or teach him. And when I transferred up here to Augsburg, I met Norm and Chuch, and they introduced me to this program of Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and I saw that, I jumped at that right away because I saw that as where I could take a kid one-on-one and we could really relate to each other. So that really interested me.
I guess the thing I look at it, I came from like a different background than either Chuck, Norm, or John. I grew up, I didn't have a brother. And to me, having a brother, I always wanted one. It was something that I always wanted. And I've worked a lot of volunteer work with kids at different agencies. And I really see where a brother or a friend comes in hand. And I really wanted to give the kid the opportunity to have that.
Smile.
Let's go, Fugal.
Are you guys feeling it? Thanks, Norm.
You gotta be an individual.
Are you getting your hair cut like John someday?
No.
That, ladies and gentlemen, answers your question.
Why don't you guys all get up there? Where's your
Brad!
Come on up. Get up.
I wonder why they call him Sony. I love you so much. I can sing the best.
You guys said that's much fun in the line.
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
Make sure.
Crack!
Hey, give us the goodbye buckwheats again.
Bye, buckwheats. Mr. Little, here's biscuit number one.
Camera now. Wave.
Everybody wave.
Bye. Bye, fellow buckwheats. Hey, man, I don't want them to see my face.
Hey, John, bring your elbow.
Hey, man. Here, let me see that. Here, let me see it.
Dax, you're never gonna make Hollywood because they're gonna think you're such a weirdo. Say, you're on. Don't say, you're on candid camera. Come on, sing it. Sing it real nice.
Smile. You're candy camera.
No.
He doesn't know how to
Here,
sing.
give me a
Smile. You're on candy camera.
Say live from
Live is Friday night.
Live from Augsburg College. It's Sunday night.
Live from Augsburg College. It's Friday night.
Thank God it's Friday. Cut. Hey man, are you taping us? Oh. Guys, just think all my friends are gonna see me on TV. I'm gonna be a star, man.
No. Don't look at the camera. Wait. Make sure you go when you can.